Okay, got a sort of an interesting guest in the garage today. As you know, I do believe in people's power to come together and help one another. It is something I think that I've spoken about before, that it's very easy to get angry at people over bullshit and this, that, and the other thing. And it's very hard to find a common thread. So today I brought in a guy that I did a little research on him. He's actually referred to me. It's Kevin LeValley. And he is embarked on something he calls Lighten Up America, which is really to reinvigorate a community and tolerance. Is it not, Kevin?
Among other things, it is to reinvigorate, it is to remind, it is to encourage, it's to bring people together, and most importantly, Mark, as you said, and as we are, lighten up America. Everybody needs to take a deep breath, relax, center, focus, and those are our goals. Those are our goals.
That's great. And now, do you, how does the operation work? And is it a motivational speaking thing, or is it?
Yes. That's ultimately where I see myself in the grand scheme of things with Lighten Up America. I see myself as being the voice. I see myself as being the driving force. And Lighten Up America really got its origins in Michigan. I was at I was working the church camp circuit, basically. I started out as a counselor, driving kids back and forth to the lakefronts and various things of that nature. And while I was driving the kids, I'd have conversations with them, just typical everyday, how you doing, what's going on, what's bugging you, what's making you happy. And from there, I developed a relationship with the families and the kids where I kind of considered myself a go-to man. And I thought, why not capitalize on it?
Right.
Why not take my gifts?
Yeah.
With communication and set out to lighten up America. What we're doing, Mark, we're really beginning to establish an idea that will become a social norm in the United States.
Okay, which is let's all come together and lighten up, and we'll shoulder this burden together. So you go to a convention center, you're booked.
When I go to a convention center, for example, one of our first presentations is going to be Take the Edge Off. Let me just ask you something. Just consider.
Okay.
What stresses you out now? What makes you edgy? What in your world today makes you edgy? You live in Los Angeles, California, and I got to say, this place is awesome. It's my first time here, and I like the fact you can ski and swim and horseback ride all in the same day.
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Sure. Yeah.
But what about this city? What element?
Okay, like right off the bat, traffic.
Sure.
Traffic makes me edgy, and also, like, my health insurance is about to run out.
Do you ever notice the drivers that would be those that would cause you specifically stress? I mean, you're a light guy. You're a humorist. You're a comedian. You have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if people would call it light per se, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm a funny guy, so that means that I'm bringing a certain amount of light into the world.
Well, there is that kind of light.
Right.
There is a feather light. There's the weight.
The lightness of being.
And then there's a greater sort of all-encompassing light.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter who it is. It's just, usually I can't really put a blame on a person for traffic. I mean, sometimes it's about nothing.
Well, blame may not be the right word, but awareness, recognition, clearing up misinformation, addressing issues that might have led to the darkening, the dark state that we're in the United States right now. I mean, let's face it, it's a dark place, and there are many reasons. There are many places we can go.
A lot of things are unsure. Economically.
Unsure, and as a result, there is this dark cloud that exists. And some may say it's Afghanistan, some may say it's the economy, some may say it's the health issue. We have got to lighten up America.
I understand that. I just don't understand. Do you guys do you sing? Do you have a like a 5-point program?
We have a program that begins with a motivational presentation by myself that has everybody kind of look around at each other.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's
Right.
not going to be me talking about my ideas. It's going to be me as a catalyst to the audience, to the Americans that show up, to our presentations and to our assemblies and to our workshops,
Sure.
looking at one another.
Okay.
And seeing the light. Kind of a new thing. It's kind of a brand new thing. I
guess I'm not getting the light. I mean, I'm not getting, I need a little more definition, or because it's easy to say, let's have a lightness of being, let's head towards the light. But I mean, you're sort of using it as a catchphrase, and I'm not hearing the methodology. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I'll be straight with you.
Okay.
I was going to save this for the presentation. I didn't want to debut this particular angle.
Okay.
But fair enough. It's a growing process. It's a learning process, and I'm not claiming that I'm cornering the market.
Right, I'm all about helping people here.
Say what you will about our Commander-in-Chief,
President Obama.
Say what you will
about
our Commander-in-Chief, President Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
There is one factor that has been completely lost on the mainstream media, the far right media, the far left media, the comedy shows at night, the news analysis programs. One specific aspect that makes President Obama universally, globally accepted and somewhat unique. What is it that's bringing hope from a man like that? The courage that we're not recognizing. I ask you that. Just think about what is the courage.
I guess you're going towards because he's got lightness. Like he's full of light.
You're close. You're getting very warm. Let me walk you through events that transpired that may not be documented, that may not be on the consciousness of everybody.
Okay.
Where is Barack Obama's father from originally?
Africa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. And his mom?
I believe Kansas.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Those are both correct answers.
Right.
As a man and a woman from completely different cultural backgrounds, what do you suspect the two of them recognized, that being that Barack Obama's father, Mr. Obama, was a very learned, very intellectual, very global human being, but possibly limited due to the fact that he might not have always been able to take full advantage of the American way. He brought a darkness. His darkness was his reality.
Wait, so you mean you're talking about his personality?
I'm talking about his pigment. I'm talking about the darkness of his skin.
So his father was black?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was black. He was very black.
What does this have to do with anything?
It has to do with the fact that Barack Obama's father recognized that the limitations that he or any of his offspring might have due to the fact that he was dark would put any child in a tremendous disadvantage.
Whoa.
He found a white woman. He went to Kansas, where we've got some of the whitest, some of the purest Snow White women in the world.
I'm not sure they met there.
I'm pretty sure that...
I'm not even sure I like where this is going, but I'm going to indulge you. All right.
It may not be easy, and I don't want you to be hard on yourself if you're struggling. Try not to resist.
I'm not going to be hard on myself.
Try not to resist. Try to embrace the lightening of America. Lighten up America.
All right, so you mean lightening in terms of like skin?
We are, including a lot of people like yourself too, are light-skinned people. White
all right,
people
I don't know
are light. The politically correct term is light skin. I'm light-skinned. I'm an American and I am light-skinned.
I don't think it's used that way. You have to say I'm an American, which means I'm light-skinned. But what is this point you're going to make about Obama?
I'm saying that his father and his mother knew the best chance that we have as a country to grow, to find hope, and to lighten up is to literally, I'm talking absolutely physiologically speaking, literally lighten up. We need to get the dark pigmentation within our populace back to where they need to be so that we in the United States can lighten up and then lighten up. And that is the message, and that is the breakthrough that we found at Lighten Up America. It's an idea that was like in front of my face. It was just so obvious when I hit upon it. I could not believe, like, eureka! It was the aha moment we all look for.
But what you're saying is that we need to get people who are not white. Where did they go?
Where did they come from?
Here.
No. technically not here, not now, not today. There have been some cultural and evolutionary circumstances that with land bridges and so on and so forth.
What makes you different than some sort of Aryan Nation person? What makes you different than a skinhead? What makes you different?
I don't hurt people. I don't physically assault people. I don't use racial slurs.
I'm willing to believe that you hurt some of my listeners right now. That you hurt their feelings with this separatist, racist agenda. You start off with this sort of like happy bullshit, and now here we are.
Change is hard. Change does hurt. So I would not be at all surprised if I did hurt some of your listeners. Not my intent.
What about my black listeners, my Latino listeners, my Asian listeners?
Can they not with this technology listen to you wherever they are in the world? And has not what the courage that Barack Obama's father had and his mother to say, let's take the step, let's lighten up. When you think about Michael Jackson, one of our greatest artists ever, making attempts, being held out as a freak, being held out as somebody who in some way has lost his mind, yet at his death, which was exactly the time when I had my epiphany, and it became so clear to me, the celebration, the respect, everybody coming together for Michael Jackson, the white man who gave his life for us to entertain.
Wait, so you're saying that Michael Jackson was a hero because he made himself white?
Right.
You know what? I don't agree with any of this. I'm sorry that we got into this conversation. I don't know why the fuck my friend Tom told me that you would be a good guest, and I just find what you're saying is reprehensible. It's racist. It's no different than a white supremacist or than the Aryan idea, the idea of racial cleansing. I mean. And that's what you're saying, isn't it? I mean, you're saying that our president's black. Okay.
Blackish. He's more white than black. But when I see the president, the glass is half full.
That's fucked up. Now, let me just ask you something. What do you think? So what do we do with the president then in this, in Lighten Up America?
This Lighten Up America will not happen overnight. It'll happen mostly during the day, because at night not a lot of work gets done with Lighten Up America, simply based on the fact it's dark at night, and that's just not a fruitful time. That's when people sleep. But over time, when people begin to recognize that what we all want, no matter what, where, or who we came from. I want the Chinese in China. I want the blacks in Africa. I want the browns in South America. And I want the LeValleys right here in the good old United States. And as a passable Caucasian, a light person, I want you with us too.
I'm a Jew.
That can be worked out.
No, it's not. This isn't a matter of working anything out, Kevin LeValley. I want to say that because I don't want to be misunderstood here. This is a racist agenda. I know you talk very pleasantly, but you're no different than a white supremacist. And I think what you're saying is heinous. And God bless the fact that we're moving in the other direction. People that think like you are on their way out. They're on their way out, and you're going to be outpopulated by the brown, the yellow, and the what was the other one?
The black, the brown, the yellow, the red.
The red? What's red?
Well, these are individuals that migrated from Canada through Soviet Union. We call them Indians.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's light. I've lightened up. Obviously, you haven't. Perhaps your listeners aren't ready to, but I still appreciate this time you've given me, and I appreciate an opportunity to say my piece.
Get the fuck out of my garage. Just get out of my garage.
This way?
Yeah.